Hey guys, this is Camfrey15 and I'm back at it with another video for you guys. And man, have I been late on making this video. I should have made this video honestly a long time ago, but like I said, I've been lazy with recording at the time, because at the time there was school and everything. And man, I've been waiting to review this series. I'm also reviewing this series, well, this season of Food Wars because the Food Wars Season 5 anime is literally right around the corner. It's coming out July 7th, I believe, if I remember. The newest episode. We've been waiting for the last couple of freaking weeks. So I thought since in my Food Wars series reviews, I've reviewed every season of Food Wars except season 4. Now, season 4 is one of the shorter seasons. It only consists of 12 episodes, so you could probably watch the entire season in one go if you're brand new to the series. And essentially, the Food Wars season 4 just covers well, at the time, Food Wars season 4 looked to be the finale of the anime. It looked like to be the final season because they didn't need to make it. And honestly, if you ask me, this would have been like honestly one of the most, you know, perfect ways to end a series in season 4. And essentially, season 4 covers the arc where Soma and the rebels go up against Azumi and the Council of Ten, and they have to win. Otherwise, the demands they accepted to Azumi, Nakari, of the fact that if they lose, they all get expelled, and Erina has to essentially be forced to, I guess, be in this abusive relationship with her dad. Um, Stuff like that. So there's a lot of high stakes here and stuff like that. So you know when going over this season, it was really good. There had their intense moments and stuff like that. The matchups were really good. I like the fact in this arc that there were former characters we've seen in the past actually come back to help the rebels. People like as I'm pulling up on the character list, we got Kuga, who was a rival of Soma, like way back at the start of season 3. Soma eventually beat him, and he eventually Kuga went his own way because he kind of got kicked out of the Council of Ten, because of new changes. He comes back to essentially, I guess, get his revenge on everything that's happened to him. um Mimasaka actually comes back as well. He honestly, Mimasaka, I started to like him a lot more since we first saw him. When we first saw him, he was just that, one dude like you always hate. And then now, like, this is like the second time he's helped Soma when Soma had to come to him for, assistance and stuff like that. So it was cool. And then Isaki, he actually steps down from the Council of Ten and went and helped Soma because, because for the most part, it's like, well, what about Itsuki? What is he gonna feel with all these things going on? And honestly, Izuki, he's a good dude. He stands by his friends and the people he made those relationships in the dorm. So yeah, and essentially, like I said, it's against the remaining Council of 10 members. Which, if you take out like two of them, there were like, or there was like, they had like freaking, they had like 10, but you take Erina out, Ichiki out, Kuga out. I'm trying to remember the last guy. It was the dude Soma fought. Hayama. That was the guy. And it's like they only have like 6 of them. So like really it's just the top council of 6. But all the matchups were designed for character development moments in the show, and I liked all the moments because they really showed what this show was about for 4 seasons in a row, even going into now. I can't wait for this apparent blue arc, even though in the manga I heard it's not as good as, and mostly because the ending ruins that. But you know, it is still an interesting thing to do. and I like the relationships and that go through it. You see, Soma's friends. Obviously, they're like in a freaking cage. First thing first, I'm like, isn't that a little bit excessive? They're in a cage over all this nonsense. You have the one announcing little girl who's been announcing these food wars for a majority of the time. She's like completely freaking evil. It's like the dude, it's like Azumi changed the entire directory of the entire school as a whole and stuff like that. And it was pretty freaking interesting. Um, some of my favorite matchups, since I'm not gonna go over like each individual matchup, some of my favorite matchups was the Megami matchup. I believe and it's been a while since I've seen it, but I believe she fought Momo, the girl that uses the stuffed animal stuff. No, actually, Erina fought her. So yeah. Another thing that was interesting to me was the Nene versus Ichigi matchup. That was a very interesting matchup because these two were like, I guess, childhood friends, and you could say, Nini wanted to know more, or Nene wanted to know more with was why Itsuki does what he does and stuff like that. And yeah, it was an interesting thing. It was really interesting. Obviously, my favorite battle was the combination battle of Soma and Erina versus Isha and Rindo. That was a good battle, and we also get more backstory into the Rindo and Ishii, that into their relationship. The fact that it seems like these characters have some kind of romantic interest, and they are not only just friends, but they look like they're romantically into each other, and they both have each other's backs. And we get the backstory of how when Isha started meeting Azumi, he started to kind of distance himself and be a little bit more different than what he used to be, and that kind of changed Rindo a bit on how she felt, and that's why Rindo kind of acts, why, she kind of gives that impression like, she can be, sinister some years, but in reality, she has a really good heart, and she was just worried about her friend, while being kind of tempted and corrupted by Azumi, who was kind of doing all this stuff behind the scenes and stuff like that. Which we do find out that's how he was able to kind of take over the school, really, and stuff like that. So yeah. And then I just like the whole. They do have former judges from the past seasons actually judge this Food Wars, but in the final one they have Azumi, be one of the judges, and he kind of like sets the standard down. Like, I expect greatness, otherwise it's over. And then the teamwork of Soma and Erina, you know, it kind of helps them be able to win the whole thing. And what I did find cool is they did a callback way back to season one for Erina's for the final dish essentially, and that was Erina doing that one dish Soma did when he first got to Totsuki, and that was the first dish he fed Erina. Because for them, the one thing about Food Wars is what makes you special. What's your own special dish? And they always, for the past couple of, well, I think a little bit in season two and even in season three, they talked about, how these young cooks have to make a dish that only they can make. You know, they've they've talked about that in season two. They talked about that in season three. And here they bring it back up, and it's kind of a full circle thing where you have Soma and Erina essentially working together. They come up with a plan, and the best thing Erina that defines her is essentially that something Soma made for her, which you can see that as a shipping moment as well. But I thought it was pretty cool and pretty neat that Erina made something that Soma made for her way back when they first met each other, and then he turns out to be gold because of her cooking and stuff like that. Another thing I did like the Megamine thing, especially when she had the whole I guess mentor relationship with Kojiro, Chef Kojiro. Obviously, as we know, Kojiro has had an impact on Soma, but when they went into the backstory of Kojiro in the Megamine training, it really gave Megamine that backbone she's been lacking, where she has that confidence where it looked like she was starting to waver in her match. I forgot against who. It's been a while since I've seen season 4. I thought it was against the little girl who had the stuffed animal, but I just remembered that was Aaron who fought her. Um, it's it was somebody else. I forgot who it was. If you know who it was, put that in the comment section for me so I know. But when Megumin had that backstory when Kojiro was teaching her the stuff and was teaching her how to be a better cook and everything. Essentially, Kojiro was teaching her the same thing that Kojiro taught Soma when he was in his restaurant, and that was essentially to be on the spot, know what you need to get ready and stuff like that. And that really, I feel like it, and even though technically season 5 still going on, it ended really Megumin's character arc off good, because for the most part since season 1 we go to see Megumin being a timid character who thought she was going to just flunk out of this cooking school and not ever obtain her dreams of being a chef, a masterful cook, to the point where here at season 4, if anything, season 5, it looks like it continues the story arc of Soma and Erina, if anything, and season 4 is kind of the ending to the side characters, their story arcs and stuff like that. That's what, now looking at it now, that's what it seems like it's about. Season 4 ends off the character development for these characters we've grown to love, and then season 5 continues that development with ending off the story between Erina and Soma and stuff like that. Now I've heard in season 5, hopefully people want the anime to go a different direction than say the manga did, but we'll have to see when we get to that point. But going back to what I was saying about Megumin, it was cool to see that, because it's like Kojiro kind of took Megumin under his wing, and you go way back to the first season when when Kojiro kind of intimidated Megumin and was he actually freaking expelled her and stuff and failed her to leave the school. And they have Megumin and Kojiro have history. Obviously Megumin was afraid a bit at first, but when she understood Kojiro's thinking, she just stepped it up. And Megumin, out of the Food Wars characters, if anything, she is by far my favorite character in the Food Wars cast of characters we've gotten as side and main lead characters. Obviously I love Soma and Erina's characters, but if you ask me who is my top number one favorite character from Food Wars, looking back at it now, it's definitely Megumin, from just the character development she gets through all the seasons. I envision she's going to get a moment in season 5 as well. And it's just good to see the growth. And that's things that I could just go back from season 1 and watch Food Wars all to the beginning to end and stuff like that. So yeah, it was a wild ride. Now, like I said, Soma and Erina, they end up winning the match. They actually changed the fate of the school. They kind of forced Azumi to leave. And we see kind of a post credits of what happens. And essentially, one, there's a new council of 10. Erina actually, instead of her grandpa running the school again, Erina actually runs the school now, because it keeps the whole bloodline of the Nakari family in there. So yeah, I do still find it a little bit questionable, because it's like, wait, isn't Erina still a student, but yet she runs the school? It makes no sense. It's like they took away her privileges of being a student, and now she's just full-time, like essentially principal of the school, essentially. And because Soma obviously changed her throughout the entire seasons, throughout the 4 seasons, she has more of an understanding. She's much more kinder. She's much more, open to things. And obviously, like I said, they do away with the whole, oh, if you fail, you're expelled rule again, which they kind of keep from what Azumi's little thing rule was. But they make it reassured, like, this school is for anybody who wants to be an aspiring cook and wants to grow their cooking skills. Obviously, Soma, like I said, so there's a new Council of 10. Soma's on there as the number 1 seat. So yeah, and then all each of the characters, they have brand new designs, which we all know when we see later in season 5. They're new designs because Erina has a new look and stuff like that. And then we also get stuff like we also get, you know, all those hints and stuff, and it looks like, you know, things are going for the better of Totsuki Academy. And then, you know, like I said, in the last post credit scene, we do see, you know, obviously I'm not the remember. I don't even remember his name because it's been so long. But we obviously see the black haired individual, you know, the main antagonist for season 5, who someone's going to go up against in the coming days for this upcoming Food Wars season 5 episode 3 episode. You know, we see that he actually makes a cameo at the end of season 4 talking to Erina, and, you know, stuff like that. And then that's really it. And then that's where we go into season 5 and stuff like that. So yeah, season 4 as a whole, it's a really good season. You know, it's the final 12 episodes of, you know, this 4 season arc, which, you know, culminated into, you know, this, you know, finale. And, you know, season 5 is only the cap off to Food Wars and stuff like that. So yeah, season 4 Food Wars is really good. It's only 12 episodes, which is pretty shocking that it is one of the shorter seasons of Food Wars. But at the same time, I understand, because you're only really covering the matches of, you know, them trying to win back the school and stop Azumi from taking over and having full control. But other than that, guys, that's really it all I gotta say of Food Wars Season 4. I know this video was a long time coming. I would have actually said more if I made this video earlier. It's been so long since I've seen Season 4. And you probably are saying, well, you should have just rewatched Season 4 just to get your mind refreshed. But, you know me, I typically like to do things off memory. And I don't like to go back and watch things again. But I don't mind rewatching Season 4 again. But, you know, like I said, I know this video has been a long time coming. It's been, you know, it should have been done a long time ago, but, you know, I got it done. Here it is, your season 4 review and stuff like that. So now I have completed my Food Wars series reviews in terms of the seasons. Um, I don't know if I'll do a season 5 review after the season 5 is over, because, you know, there would technically be no point, because I'm getting all my objectives of season 5, you know, in the episode. I'll probably do a ranking of all the seasons and my opinions on which is my favorite season to my least favorite season. Um, you know, mostly because the 5th season is the final season. It's the final plate. But other than that, guys, I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna catch you guys in the next video. So hopefully you guys are staying safe and, you know, protected. If you like this video, leave a like. If you want to hit that subscribe button to get more, you know, obviously, especially when Food Wars comes back, Food Wars episodic reviews for season 5, hit that subscribe button. You'll get more Food Wars episodic reviews for the season coming back off its hiatus, or off its delay. And also put in the comment section your thoughts on season 4 and how hype are you that season 5 is returning. So till then, guys, I'm gonna get out of here. It's Cam for 15, and I'm signing out. Peace.